So today we're going to address a brutally honest topic, and that's 5 lies you're probably telling yourself to why you can't lose weight. And this is something that I deal with a lot. I teach just about over 35,000 people on the platform udemy.com. I've added the links to my courses in here so that you can check those out. So I get questions all the time from people about why they aren't losing weight and complaints of not losing weight when they're on a particular program. And I just wanted to take this video to be brutally honest of the reasons why you probably have had trouble losing weight in the past. So the first one that I hear the most often is, yeah, I'll probably start tomorrow, or I'll start next week, or I'll start after the holidays, or I'll start someday. So the thing that you need to know about your health, about fitness, about losing weight, about losing body fat, or building muscle, or whatever you're doing, is that there's never a good time to start. But also the best time to start is right now, because you can get really lost in saying someday and it absolutely never happening. And we've all been there before. I've been there before. You've been there before. So let's just admit it. Someday usually never happens. You have to pick a hard date and stick to it. It doesn't matter if you're traveling. It doesn't matter if it's Thanksgiving. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas or the holidays or President's Day weekend or whatever it might be. You just need to get started now and stick to it. So the second one that's a little harder to address is for those of you who feel like you've always been overweight. You've been overweight for years or a decade or since you were a kid or whatever it is. And I totally get where you're coming from, because when I was growing up, I spent a lot of time as being an overweight kid, but I also grew up on really crappy foods, really crappy starchy foods. I think my family would order pizza like twice a week, and on the nights that we didn't do that, we'd have enchiladas, lasagna, spaghetti, meatloaf, whatever you can think of, and very few green vegetables. And I feel like the healthy stuff that we did have as kids didn't really taste that good because we were so used to the other like rich, crappy things that we were eating. So I get where you're coming from if you're saying that you're overweight and struggling. I've been there too. I've trained a lot of clients that have been there too. But I also know that a lot of those people that I train will have their vices. And I want you to know that I'm not, calling you out for this. But I know from experience as a trainer, when I talk to people about their vices, that people won't be completely open. They won't come to me and say, look, I have a huge problem with sugar. I eat 3 cupcakes a day and I've got a problem. Or I eat 6 bags of chips while I'm at work, or I'm constantly chugging soda products. It's really hard to come out and be honest and say that. And I can't tell you how many times that after I had gotten people to be honest with me by saying, look, I'm not going to judge you for this. Just tell me like what you think you're eating that's your huge vice that's tearing you down. How many times a week are you eating that or drinking that? And then when I walk them through how many calories and how many grams of fat and how many sugars and how many carbohydrates and how many synthetic ingredients that are messing up their hormones are in that, and they kind of come to this realization of, oh my gosh, you're right, this has been the thing that's preventing it. They'll cut that one thing out of their diet, boom, good to go. For instance, I just talked to a couple of friends of mine recently, and I know that they're big social drinkers, which isn't a bad thing. I think it's part of the industry that they work in, and it's a social thing that they do. But when I brought them to the realization of, this is the real range, between 10 and 18 drinks a week added up to be thousands of calories, I basically just told them, I was like, look, don't change anything about your lifestyle right now except for just cut drinking out for 3 weeks and see how you feel. So if you are overweight and you feel like you've been struggling to lose weight, you need to be honest with yourself about a few things. It's, have you dropped off of programs in the past after you've lost weight and gained all of it back? And why did you drop off of that program? And what are the calories that you're sneaking by yourself that you're not tracking and you're not being aware of? And where is the lost accountability, and how can you get that? So anyways, stop using that as an excuse for losing weight. You can modify your diet. You can start exercising. You can start losing weight. And even if it's gradual, just keep sticking with it, because those pounds will come off. So one of the other big excuses that I've heard from people in the past about losing weight is that they don't have time to work out or they don't have time to exercise. And the biggest thing that you need to know here is that you do not have to work out to lose weight. I had a close friend of mine last year who's not working out at all. I trained him for a period of time. He hasn't worked out for 2 or 3 years. And he switched over to a low grain carbohydrate vegetarian diet. And he's lost 30 or 40 pounds in the last couple of years. So he made that transformation completely without exercise. So you need solutions to lose weight without exercise, and you just don't have the time or you don't have the energy, or maybe you just hate fitness altogether, you still can lose weight. And I've actually got a couple of courses on my website that you can take, and one of them specifically addresses a few different ways how you can lose weight without exercise. And I'll add the links to this video so you can check those out. So another big one that I usually get all the time is that I don't have the time to cook healthy, or I don't have the time to eat healthier to teach myself how to do this. And usually the best solution for this problem or for this excuse is to just simplify your process, because when you start browsing Pinterest and browsing the internet and looking for these amazing looking healthy foods, but they're 40 or 50 ingredients and take an hour to prep and 2.5 hours to cook, that's not going to be really enticing to stick with that diet or to keep cooking meals like that to lose weight. So one of the biggest things that I recommend to all of my clients, everybody that I train, friends, family, whoever who's trying to lose weight and get in better shape, is to find the same few meals that you really enjoy and make small changes to them in like the seasonings you use or the sauces you use or whatever it may be, so that you can change the flavor enough to still really enjoy the healthy food you're eating. For instance, I have a really boring diet, but it delivers results. I've gained about 25 or 26 pounds in the last year of muscle, but it's been really calculated because I eat the same 4 meals every day, 6 days a week, and change it up 1 day a week. And I'll make small changes with like the salsa I'm using or the marinades I'm using or making, or the seasonings that I'm using and making. And I also use a crock pot a lot, which saves me hours of time. So every time I go to the grocery store, I know the exact things that I'm getting. I'm not making any complicated recipes, and it all tastes really good to me. I make it for my friends too, and they absolutely love it, because they were looking at me and they were like, Jack, why do you eat the same things all the time? Why don't you change it up every once in a while? Just hand them the plate. Simplicity works. Take the first bite, and they're always like, wow, this does taste really good. And now they've coined my plates of food the Jack Special, which I think is kind of hilarious. So when in doubt, keep it simple. Stick to the same few things that you like, and that will help you lose weight. So the other problem that I feel like I have to address a lot, and I'm actually going through with a client right now, is he's never worked out in a gym before. And if you've never worked out and you have the time to work out and you want to work out to lose weight, I highly encourage doing that. It's just going to help you take care of your heart, take care of your mind, take care of your muscle fibers. You're going to sleep a lot better at night, and you're going to look a lot better too. You're going to have that athletic, toned, and carved look, as long as you're making sure to work out the right way. So if you don't know how to work out and you're intimidated by the gym equipment, don't go in there and start surveying the land to see what everybody's doing and mimic them, because 8 times out of 10, people are using interesting exercises, I'll say, and there's a lot of poor technique. There's also a lot of good technique too, but sometimes it's hard to weed through all those different exercises and decide what's right for you, or what's a good or a healthy exercise, or something that you're capable of. So like I said, I've got about 16 different health and fitness courses right now on my website and on other websites, and I'll add the links to those courses within this video so that you guys can check them out, because I go through specific tutorials of exactly how to do all the barbell exercises, dumbbell exercises, and anything that you would possibly need to help you lose weight. Like I said, I'm not just here to call you out on excuses you've been making. We've all made our excuses in different places in our lives. I've made them too, for different reasons, in gaining weight, losing weight, and cutting body fat. And it's just a matter of being brutally honest with yourself, accepting, okay, these are the things that I've been skirting, these are the excuses I've been making, and these are the changes I can make. So I've given you these courses and blog posts on my website and these videos as just a simple answer to your questions, so that I can help you in any way possible to lose weight and get those excuses out of the picture so that you can make progress and start losing pounds.